Good evening, everyone, here in the US and Canada. Good morning in Australia. As I've been doing short videos regarding activities that we can do in this page without being censored, I just got a message that the most watched picture that we put in the last week or two, the one that says that the most people think that the most watched part of the body in 2021 was the hands, when in reality was this, got busted today after 4 million people reached that people. It was the most popular. Anyway, you know that. So we cannot post anything that we can look somewhere else. Hi Norma. We need to get the real information, you know where. For example, in bit, B-I-T, shoot, the other is R-U-M, RAM, Bo. Go and see the Stu Peters show. So the only thing, and many other places that you know already, one of the best places to find the right information, the updated information day by day, is Telegram. That's the best. So what we are going to do here, as I've been doing a survey in the last few days, we are going to do a weekly meditation, and we are going to do global healing sessions. And today I want to explain something very, very interesting. I saw a video that I cannot find it now, but it's and the video was done in TED Talk. I don't know which year, probably in 2019 and 2018, when they mentioned the thingy mRNA. You know what is that? And when they show a picture, the guy says, you're going to know everything that you need to know about biology. Because he says, we hacked the health of how to heal people in knowing the biology of people. And they are totally peeing outside the ball, barking at the wrong tree. So they talk about this thing, mRNA, and they say this is the part of the body that brings the message to the cell, to the protein. And that's the way that we can control human health. Of course, they are talking about health. And he says, and all living things. Okay, today I will show you they are totally wrong. I will tell you exactly what they think they can do with us, with our body, but they don't know what is the very root cause of everything. I will show you a PowerPoint presentation. Let me see if we can see it here. All right, here it is. Today I will show you how the human being is built, constructed. Why I'm going to show you this, so we understand what is deep meditation and we understand what is energy healing. My name is Carlos. I cannot give more than that because you know why. I am an electronic engineer, internet marketer, an energy healer, meditator for 42 years. And everything that I know, my knowledge in science, I am a scientist. I participate in clinical trials. I work in an integrative cancer treatment. We didn't do the conventional therapy, but it's a therapy approved by the FDA here in the US. It's a heat therapy called hyperthermia. So I participated in that as an engineer with the machines. So I know science from the electronic point of view, from the medical point of view, etc. And today I will explain to you what are the subtle bodies of human beings and why this thingy that we are going to call it from now on ship's milk, and you will understand why. But the activities that we are going to do again are for everyone. It doesn't matter. We are not racist. We accept here everyone. The energy healing is for everyone, especially the people who has been affected by the spike protein. That's the flu that we have. So what is happening now is we have the regular influenza, plus that bioweapon makes the flu a little tougher. I had it 3 months ago, and I feel stronger than ever now. Anyway, let's keep going. So, in order to understand how the human body works, the root causes of all illnesses, and how we can heal from the inside out, I will show you this presentation that I did for a conference that I participated in 2021. And the title of my presentation was Healing from the Inside Out. Oops. Okay. In order to know how the human body is made, we are going to see these basically three things. How the human body, the human being, is constructed, the subtle bodies that we have, and how the health of our bodies, physical bodies, are affected by our subtle bodies, or emotions, or negative things, and so on, and which is the best way to heal from the inside out. And today you are going to learn that we can heal not only from this strong flu that is going on around, but also from the side effects of the sheep's milk. So this is why I'm inviting everyone. The ones who drank the sheep milk, God bless you all. The ones who didn't, and anybody else. We need to know first how the universe was created. In the beginning there was just a spirit. The spirit is beyond all creation. How the spirit manifested into matter. What is matter? Everything we can perceive with the physical senses. We have also astral or energy senses. We are going to see the creation of all these universes, the infinite universes and planets that we have in this creation, the subtle worlds as well as the subtle human bodies. From spirit to matter. At the beginning was just a spirit. All the scriptures of all main spiritual paths in the world, they coincide with this. They are talking about the same thing in a very different, in a subtle different ways. So the spirit manifested itself at some point in what we call the cosmic consciousness. What is that? It's a pure consciousness, an idea. Now, many people may be thinking, what is the consciousness? What is my consciousness? It's very simple. Let's do an exercise. Close your eyes and be still, totally still, ideally without laying back on the chair, relaxed, and with attention to the spiritual light, which is a very important part that I'm going to explain today. And we close our eyes and put your attention on the spiritual eye and try to watch what is going to be your next thought. This is our consciousness, the pure consciousness. We don't feel the body and we don't have thoughts. This is the state that we get with deep meditation, and this is why we are going to do a weekly daily meditations on Wednesdays. So, the spirit manifests on the cosmic consciousness, and the cosmic consciousness manifests in what we call the Christ consciousness or divine consciousness. I need to change that, but I cannot do it now. I like to call it the divine consciousness, which is the consciousness that has the job to create the creation and also to establish the laws that govern the creation, the natural laws. We put our hand on the fire, we get burned. There is gravity and so many other laws. So the spirit, this is another way to see the spirit manifesting the cosmic consciousness, and which is all pure consciousness. There are no thoughts, no feeling, no matter. And then in the divine consciousness, who has the job again, the role to create. This divine consciousness. So the divine consciousness, the first thing that creates is the causal universe. The causal universe, causal means the cause of what comes later, the energy world and the material world. So the causal universe is just consciousness and ideas. In that causal universe, there is the blueprints of what will create the other universes. And then comes the astral universe or the energy universe. This is what usually we call the spirit world, where the spirit goes after we leave this heavy body. It's called astral universe, and which is a world just of energy. And the astral universe and the causal universe create the physical universe. What is the physical universe? Everything that we perceive with our five senses. Now, it's important to understand, you will see how important it is, that these three universes are one contained inside of the other. This is the bigger basket represents the causal universe, the second one the astral universe, and in the way they were created, first the causal universe, which means the cause of the other two, and then the physical universe. But it's important to understand that the physical universe is contained inside of the astral universe, and the causal universe contains the other two. So everything that we see in the world, even all the mess that we are seeing now in this world, has been created before in the energy or astral universe, in the energy or astral universe. So this is important that we understand that the mess that we have and the beauty that we have in this world has been created before in the energy universe. So now, what is our soul? Well, the spirit one day says, I want to divide myself on smaller parts of me. So the spirit divides a little bit in this smaller part that contains all the same characteristics of the original spirit. This is why in the scripture says we were created at the image of God, or the spirit. Those are our souls. Those are our souls. Now the souls, there are not even consciousness. You will see some. Those are our spirits or souls. Now each soul is identified with three bodies: the causal body, the astral body or energy body. The causal body is the consciousness body, and the physical body. So this manifestation of the spirit, or like the scripture says, the manifestation of God, is attached, identified with these three bodies. But first the causal body is created, then the astral body. So the astral and causal body could exist. So we exist in spirit and in consciousness, even if we don't have the body. When we sleep, we are totally clueless about our physical body, but we are living in the energy body and in the causal body. All the souls, yours, mine, are attached to these three bodies. This is getting very interesting. So, this divine consciousness, this manifestation of God, this manifestation of the Spirit, creates the soul, and then this soul, this creates its, or identifies, but is created with that identification, the causal body. Pure consciousness, pure ideas. The causal body has 35 elements. These 35 causal elements creates the astral body or energy body. Where in our energy body we have all the mental activity and the feelings. The feelings are part of our energy body. They are not in our physical body. And then, and only then, the physical body, the material body is created. So these 35 elements is very interesting to understand for things that I'm going to explain later. And our energy body has 19 elements. These 35 plus 19 elements creates our physical body. There says 16 elements. We have many more components. In the Mendeleev table, the ones who remember chemistry, we have more elements, but those are the most important. If you go to the constitution of the body, you will see there are 16 main elements. The other we have very little, but we need them. Now, remember those things. In the same way that Einstein, 100 years ago, well, no, no, less than that, he discovered that we are energy. Well, this is explanation. And that knowledge was in humankind way before Einstein, for thousands of years. All right, now, look at this. Oops, what happened here? Oh, it's okay. This is a representation of our three bodies. First, the causal body is created, then the astral body or energy body, and then the physical body. But it's important to understand that the physical body is contained on the energy body. This body that we have around has an energy field. That is our astral body. And guess what? If we have a liver, we have an energy liver. So our liver goes bad, gets sick, when our energy liver is affected by anger and other toxic emotions. When we have fear, our kidneys, our energy kidneys are affected. And then, if that negative toxic energy is kept in the kidneys for a long time, start dissolving the kidneys, and so on. All the sicknesses are like that. Now, these two bodies, the physical body and the astral body, are contained on the causal body, which is the master blueprint that creates the other two. And this is why we all human beings are different. So it's very important to understand that we don't have just this physical body. We have a complex, some people like to call it multidimensional. I want to do the thing simple. As an engineer, I like to understand and present the things in a simple way that we all can not only understand, but use it in a practical way. So, there are people who can see the energy world. I am blessed with two friends that can see the energy world. So everything that I am showing to you today is backed up by physical science, but by energy science and spiritual science. This is another way that some people see our subtle bodies. Let me see. The causal body is around and contains the astral body. There are several layers: the emotional body, the mental body, and then the physical body is the product that we see with our senses. But have you ever been next to people and you feel something weird? Something that you cannot stand? It's because your energy body is feeling the toxic energy of people around you. So that's the astral body, more or less. Don't worry too much. We don't need to understand that, and we don't need to see it either. Maybe some of you have this experience when our astral body moves out of our physical body. This is a proof that we have an energy body. Many people have this experience. Or you have a different experience, or something like that. I had it twice. Once when I was in my 20s, I was meditating and practicing an exercise to move my subtle bodies out of my body. And I saw myself on the other corner of the room, up in the ceiling, looking at myself sitting meditating. And many people have this experience. Now, what are our causal, astral, and physical bodies made of? Well, this is what I showed you before. The causal body is a matrix or a blueprint with this 35 elements idea. And it's interesting that 19 plus 16 gives the number 35 and coincides with the 19 forces or energies of the astral body and the 16 of the main 16 of the physical body. So, why I am explaining all this? Because when any of these 19 forces or energies of the astral body is compromised with toxic energies, our physical body starts degrading. So, going back to the title of this video, people in the so-called scientific world, maybe you have seen the picture that I put, when was it? This morning, the science of the lamps. They believe that manipulating our DNA, they will be able to solve all the physical problems. That's rubbish. That's completely rubbish. Because they are still working in the physical. Let me see if the mouse... Oh, you can see the mouse. There is no way that only with chemical elements, that the liquid that they are trying to force on us through our arms, there is no way that we can heal a physical body if we first don't heal our emotions, our toxic thinking, and also our toxic consciousness. The toxic consciousness and our toxic thoughts and feelings are the ones who make our body sick. Alright, what is next? Now I will give you an analogy that we all know. If we want to build a cart, what is the first thing that we do? Well, a designer does the drawing that now is done in computer. An engineer will say, well, we need to put this thickness on the engine and on the body and so on. So between a designer and an engineer, they do the drawing. So, but where is the beginning of the car? In the mind of the designer and engineer, in the consciousness. Then, with their energy, they do the drawings. And then, they put the size, the measurements, and then they do the final touches, the color, and we have this beautiful car. If we want to build a house, how do we do that? Well, an architect an engineer, a civil engineer, they start thinking in the mind according to the needs of the family or whatever, and they make the blueprints of the house. The architect does that, but the engineer says, well, the walls have these materials, this 2x4 wood, this drywall, or the metal frame, whatever it is. But these two men, everything they started in the mind, and they do the drawings so people can build this house. So in the same way our physical body was created. No, I know I'm going to show you this. Well, this is something a little deep, but when we understand that, and I suggest you to watch this video. Let me see. I don't see. Oh, there are just only a couple of comments. Hi, Angela from Australia. We have our hearts with you guys. I know that it's very tough for you, and my heart aches when I know the news of what you are going through. But these weekly meditations and these global healing sessions will give us an advantage that the people behind all this rubbish don't know about it. We are going to be in control of our soul, of our energy body, of our consciousness body, and we are going to start changing the reality. Believe me, I have been doing this for many years and it works. From Texas, Leah, I would love to go to Texas. Here in California, you know, it's terrible. But anyway, wherever I am, I'm gonna be okay. Let's keep going. So, let's see the composition of the astral body or energy body. And this is very important because it's the immediate body that we have. And let's see how our body gets sick and how can we heal it. Oh, here. So, these 19 astral elements or energy elements of our energy body are divided in 4 groups. First is the evolution of this cosmic nature or the divine consciousness that I talked at the beginning in these 4 elements: the mind, the intelligence, the ego, the emotions. We more or less know these things. The next one is much easier. Then there is another group, or 5 senses, the sensory powers. So, but look, what we need to understand is this: the mind is not something physical. Starts with the energy. The intelligence, we cannot grasp the intelligence. It's something in our energy. The ego, which is the identification with this physical body and believe that we are not a totality of energy and consciousness. And our emotions, they are not physical. They are all in the energy realm. Now, our 5 senses. Adrian from Philippines. I know I received a message that you have a tyranny in your country. Believe me, with what we are going to do in this community. By the way, this community, the 2020 What's the Real Truth, have 700,000 people reach. Means that the post that we have, I am invited by the administrator of this channel, because I am talking about things that hopefully they are not going to stop us doing this. We are not going to get any censorship. So they did something very interesting, asked people to participate in the online community, posting the best pictures of 2021. So December 31st, 18 days ago, this page reached 700,000 people. Next day, 1.1 million, and I have all the pictures I showed in the other videos. Next day, 2.5 million. Next day 3 something. On January 5th 5 million. Since then has been growing 1 million a day. Today, yesterday was 13 million. Today when I wake up, I mean, after a while I did my exercises and meditation, I went to see it grew in one day from 13 million to 17 million. And there are reasons. And because of that, we want to bring hope. Not hope, real changes in our lives. So anyway, let's keep going. So, every one of our 5 senses is powered by 5 energies from our astral body. In order to have the smell, when we have the bug and we have the flu, we lose the taste and the smell. It happened to me for 4 days. Why is it? Because this bioweapon released in China is so smartly created that interfere with the energies of the taste and the smell. Yes, stinks, but that's what it does. But it recovers everything, taking a remedy that start with an I and ends with a mectin. I hope you get it. You have to have it. So anyway, our 5 senses are powered by energies from our astral or energy body. Then we have another 5, the executive powers of the instruments of action. What are the instruments of action? Procreation, excretion, speech, locomotion, manual skills. What does it mean? That if we have a challenge on any of those 5 instruments of action, locomotion means the legs to move, manual skills that we can do things with our hands, excretion that we can release all the toxins through the urine and through the stool, and also through perspiration, sweating, and procreation. Many people, and I'm not saying now because we know that this thingy is affecting men's capability to reproduce, but before that, many young men couldn't have babies. And the reason they went to doctors and pay for very expensive treatments, but the problem wasn't in the chemical composition of their bodies. It was in the energy composition. All right, let's keep going. This is the last group. The instruments of life force performing these functions. The circulation of the blood, of lymphatic fluid, the metabolism. The metabolism is the capacity to convert food in energy. The assimilation, the capacity to incorporate the food. There are people who don't have that. The crystallization is the creation of our physical body, our flesh, our bones, our tendons, our muscles. That's the crystallization. And elimination, the capacity to excrete all these toxins that we have. So all those functions and forces that we have in the body are powered by energies. All right. Now, we have an organ here in the back of our heads. It's in the base of the skull, right here. In the soft part is called Medulla Oblongata. You can find it in any parts of the body book or something like that. So we have an organ there, and nobody knows what is that for. That organ, which is oblongata, is called because it's like a long oval. Through that medulla, we receive the cosmic energy that maintains our body alive. This is why, do you remember in the old movies when the bad guys have this thing and hit people here and they faint, they pass out? It's because momentarily they took the energy that enters the body here. Now, that energy enters, and all these forces enter through the Medulla Oblongata. And after entering here, those are the 19 astral elements. And after entering there, this energy is distributed in all our energy centers called chakras. Let me see. Oh, this is just to show you bigger if you want to see it again. Now comes the important part. Why do we get sick? Because we have energy blockages. An energy blockage is an informational issue. It's an informational issue. Information in the energy and in the consciousness. There are toxic consciousness and toxic energies that we have in our mind, in our consciousness, in our feelings. The goal of energy blockages, the purpose of energy blockages is to become stronger and stronger, attracting more toxic energies. Let's say that we are sad, we have depression. We will have the tendency to bring more depression through thoughts and toxic emotions, unless we can process that. And the goal of energy blockages is to destroy us with accidents and sicknesses. So, what happened? There are different levels of energy blockages. There are superficial energy blockages, which we call toxic thought forms, are the repetitive negative thinking we all humans have. We all humans have, like this man that made a negative comment because he doesn't understand what we are talking about. What do you mean, Molly? It is yourself. Alright, there are superficial energy blockages and other that is called energy parasites. What is an energy parasite? It's a toxic energy that, for example, produces headaches or a back pain that we have no idea where it came from. That pain that sometimes we have in the back of the lung, the left or the right lung, or sometimes we have a pain but we didn't hit ourselves. So this is a toxic energy accumulated we call energy parasites. We have toxic energy cords. What does it mean, a toxic energy cord? Let's say that you fight with someone, with a relative, with a friend, and you don't talk to each other. And every time that you think on that person, you have a toxic emotion, holding grudge, stress, anxiety, fear, or sadness. As long as we have these toxic emotions, when we think about one person, we have something connecting us that is affecting us and probably affecting the other person. And energy cords are with people alive in the body or people who pass away. Example, let's say that our grandma brought us up, or we love her so much because she spoiled us, so we have a lot of love, and she died. That love becomes pain. So we have a toxic energy cord. But this is not that bad because it was a person that we love. But when we are in a toxic relationship, it could be at work, it could be with a friend, it could be a romantic relationship, that we are suffering and suffering and suffering when we have a toxic energy cord with that person. Now, there is a third level of, we call it the deepest levels of energy blockages, which is a connection with entities. What is an entity? The measurement is an entity, means something separated from the rest. This glass of water is an entity. This microphone is an entity. So that means an entity. An entity is like a financial entity or whatever, legal entity. But these entities are energies and consciousness that get attached to us. How do we know we have one? We have extreme anxiety, we have depression, suicidal thoughts, we feel drained, we don't have energies to wake up, we don't have the zest of life, we don't have happiness anymore. All energy blockages are energy parasites. They are sucking our energy 24/7. I know that this is too much information and many of you may be wondering, but when you start thinking about it, you will make a connection, and this makes sense. Let me see. Okay, this is a drawing that I made that represents the energy blockages. People who have the gift of seeing the energy, I know a few of them, can see like dark clouds in our energy centers of chakras. Why there and not somewhere else? We have an energy parasites, we could have it. Do you remember that many times we have pain in our shoulders and we go to a masseuse, we have the massage, but it comes back and comes back again and again. Why? Because the toxic energy is still there. And we do an energy healing session, hands-on or at distance. This is what I'm going to offer you, all of you. It's going to be free this Sunday, January 23rd. And I think that the time will be 7 or 8 p.m. here in the west coast of the US. And I will do another one for Europe some other time. So those are energy blockages. For example, the top one in the Heart Chakra is a representation of a broken heart. We all have a broken heart, one or more. I have many of them. And you remember, if you want to write. Okay, thank you, Molly. That makes sense. Yes. And I'm going to explain some other things. So do you remember when we had an energy blockage? We feel a pain. We feel that a knife, an invisible knife, was stabbed in the middle of our chest. Isn't it? Or we felt an emptiness that nobody could feel. I remember there is a song back in my country. I am from a Spanish-speaking country. And there was a song that says, when a friend leaves us because he died or she died, there is an empty space that only can be filled with the arrival of another friend. When we have the emptiness here in the heart because somebody doesn't talk to us anymore, here in America I heard it's a shadow friend or something like that. A friend that doesn't talk to us anymore. That happened to many of us. We lost some friends or a lot of friends because of this crisis. So we don't need to do that. But anyway, I don't want to derail. So this cloud represents a broken heart. When we have energy blockages in the solar plexus, our self-esteem is compromised. We feel that we are not worth it, that we are not good enough, and we give our power away. We give our power away to a person, to an organization, to the government, and certainly you people who are on the streets every week, like in Australia, and in England, in France, in Spain, in Canada, here in the US. I don't know why people are sleeping, unless they are hoping that with lawsuits we are going to change things. Maybe it's the right way to go. But the point is, when we have energy blockages here, we give our power away because we feel that we are not good enough, we are not worth it. Just think in your life. And you women are very sensitive, very sensitive. More than once you met someone and you felt a pain here. You felt a pain here. This is the gut instincts that is called on another way. When we feel something weird in our body. What is that something weird? We feel an energy in one of our chakras that is telling us, hey, this is a red flag. You better don't go out with this person. Don't do business with this person. Don't lend money. There was one of the memes that they were sent to this page said, you want to practice social distancing? Lend money to someone. That was very smart. It happened to me. Then, when we have energy blockages in the second chakra, the second energy center, we feel anxiety. So, in the work that I do, I'm going to change the screen a little bit. I can find the energy blockages with this little thing. And if you want, you can give me your name and be a sample. I can scan your body right now and I will tell you what is the state of your energy. This is science, my dears. I don't see the energy, but I can find it with this. And this I teach to my Reiki students, my energy healing students. I put the videos online. I teach everything that I know because I want to empower people. If you want, I can do that. I know, Kathy. We are going to do it little by little. So, the way that I find these energy blockages, I do it with a pendulum. I develop a way that I can find. So, when I have clients, they come and I can find all these energy blockages that I talked about before. So, how do we heal? Oh, this is a representation of that energy core. It doesn't have to have this fancy loop here, but look at this. There is an anchor here and there is an anchor there. What does it mean? We are holding grudge. We are holding on to the pain. Yes, Kelly, we are going to get there. And this is why we are going to do this group meditations and global healing sessions to help humankind. In this global healing session, there is no limit number of people who can participate. And when I do the session, I will explain. So this is a toxic energy core. What does it mean? That we still are thinking, why this person did that to me? Why he or she cheated on me? Or stole money from me, or treat me badly. We all have those things, and I know it's painful, but there is an energy core, and we are going to do processes to release the energy cores, and you will learn it, and you can do it every day in your home. I practice this several times a week. It's very important to let go of what is toxic for us. What is the next one? This is another representation of toxic energy core. So as you can see, this is, let's say, a couple. When we are in an intimate relationship or very close to another person, yes, we develop energy cores between each other. They could be healthy or unhealthy, but look at this. This guy has energy cores with another person or several persons, and this girl has energy cores with other people. So, what happens when we are in a romantic relationship, two people, and one of them has an affair or a relationship with someone else? Well, you women are so sensitive that you will sense that something is not right. Your partner is bringing the toxic energies of another person, and you will feel it. This is the reason that this kind of activities is not fun. It's not fun and never end up in the right way. All right, let's keep going. So, when do we have, or how the energy cores are created? in general, is any toxic or painful interaction with another person alive or in spirit. This is why it's not a good idea to play with the spirits, to talk and connect with the spirits. Why not? Because when we connect with the spirit, any spirit, we have no idea who are connecting, who are we connecting with. If we want to connect with the spirit, we connect with the spirit of the spirits. Our Father, Mother, Friend, Beloved God. Nothing else. Everything else is a big risk. So when we have a fight or disagreement with a person, a friend, a relationship, at work, whatever, when we fight here, like this guy was sending these negative comments, because I don't mind that you have a different opinion. And what is the name of this person? And I invite you to participate of the meditation, because the objective of this, who was Derek Whitmer. I invite you, Derek, to come to our meditations and participate of the healing sessions. I received distant healing sessions from a great healer friend of mine and my students, energy healing students, 2 to 4 times a week. Why? Because I love to feel energetic and happy. Okay, when we fight or we have disagreement with people, when dislikes, a broken heart, let's say something that happened to me last year, in 2020, I have a friend and I appreciate our friendship very much, and this person stopped talking to me. It was very hurtful for me. It took me 5 months to heal until we had a conversation. And then I realized I didn't do, because during these 6 months I was thinking, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And I asked forgiveness and nothing worked. And finally this person called me, we had a conversation, and I realized I didn't do anything else, anything wrong. The pain went away. When we have a deep emotional pain, somebody treats us badly, abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, this is a very painful energy cord. Unresolved emotional situations, we all have that. There is a book, Feeling Buried Alive, Never Die. It's a very interesting book that I recommend you. The other book that I recommend you for these moments we are living is The Power of Now, of Eckhart Tolle. The other one, The Autobiography of a Yogi, is a treat. I don't remember the word. It's a spiritual classic. Many things that I learned from that book. When we have anger, abuse, I mentioned before, when we hate someone, when we hate the one who, whatever, the president, a friend, when we have hate, we produce an energy cord, and so on. All right, we are about to finish. Oh, this is something that I got from this book of Paramahansa Yogananda. But I don't think that we are going to do that. Oh, I wanted to show you this. This is a representation of the astral body of a person with energy centers or chakras. Chakras, as I told you before, the energy enters our body through the Medulla Oblongata, and from there is transferred to all the chakras, the energy system that we have. And from each organ is transferred or feeds the physical organs. When this crisis started in March 2020, I got my pendulum and started checking. And 90% of the people who got sick, they have energy blockages on the heart. What does it mean? The elderly people who were alone. Everybody with a broken heart. Everybody like that. So because the heart chakra feeds energy to the lungs, not only to the heart, the physical heart. Anyway, the energy block, the chakras absorb energy and distribute that energy to the rest of the organs. So the energy, this is a representation. It doesn't mean that it happens exactly in the way, but it's a very accurate analogy so we understand how our body works. Now, what happens when an energy blockage is created in our heart chakra? Well, let's go to this. The energy that was entering, this energy that was entering here, let's go back. The energy blockage is created, and the energy that was here is not there anymore. So this is another way to see it. We have an energy blockage. The energy is not that it blocks completely the energy to that energy center, because if that center is completely blocked, the lungs cannot work and the heart doesn't work. But it blocks 50%, which is a lot, or 40%. So the heart starts aching, and the heart is not sending energy to the organs around. And then we develop symptoms. Of course, a broken heart. We could develop lung issues that I told you before. This is why it's so important to be happy in the middle of all this a crisis that we have. We have to do the impossible. Heal. Danny Ferreira. Heal what? Yes, of course. We are here to heal. Let me see this. We feel anguish, we feel depression, frustration. Now, if we have an energy blockage on another energy center of our chakra, we are going to develop other symptoms, like problem with the reproductive or sexual organs, fear, guilt, shame, back pain, and, as I mentioned before, anxiety. Now, what happened, this is for women. When women are in toxic romantic relationship for a long time, a year, 3 years, 6 years, your sexual and pleasure organs start degrading, disintegrating literally, because of the frustration on the romantic relationship, because of the anger. And then you start developing, how is it called? Endometriosis, which is excessive blood flow on the menstruation. What does it mean? Menstruation is a natural cycle in women to get rid of things that you don't need. But the excessive blood during the menstruation means that there are emotions that the body wants to get rid, and is being somatized, is somatizing on those organs. So the solution for endometriosis is to heal the emotional situation you are in. And then doctors, because they don't know how the things is, doctors knew this, but they don't want to know this because they cannot make money. So doctors recommend to take the uterus and then start messing up the body of you girls. Then the ovaries are affected, and the gallbladder, when you women have frustration and anger in a romantic relationship, your gallbladder start disintegrating literally until it has to be removed. All right. Now, what happens when these energy blockages are removed? The energy is restored and flows in all these energy centers of chakra, and we recover our health. Healing is as simple as that. I want to tell you that last year I have 12 clients. They call me desperate. because they had this flu, they lost the smell and the taste, and because they were afraid to travel, they asked me for distance healing session. And 6 of this person, I didn't even know them. They were the husbands of my clients that were the wives. Another girl texts me one day and says, Carlos, do you have time for a distance healing session? I am in the emergency room and I have the bag. And I called her right away. I said, what are you doing there? Well, they are looking for a bed for me to admit me in the hospital. And as you know, when people go to the hospital, most of them never come back. I said, okay, we need to do the session right now. We did a half an hour distance healing session. I never met that woman. I still don't know her face. The next day she was released. So energy healing is very powerful because it eliminates the energy blockages that produce all these health symptoms, physical symptoms, emotional symptoms, mental symptoms. This is why it's so deep. And this is why I want to offer to this community that is growing like crazy this free global healing. The next one is going to be a week from today, Sunday next week. There is one more thing, is another way to explain this. Oh, this is important. So the energy that comes through the Medulla Oblongata, we call it the cosmic energy of consciousness, enters through the Medulla Oblongata, and from there it feeds every single chakra. And each chakra feeds the organs around. So if we have an energy blockage in the second chakra, which is an inch below the belly button, the navel, guess what? The organs around are affected. This is why when I have clients that have many energy blockages in the second chakra, they have digestive problems. So if you, for example, you have digestive problems for years, the reason is you may have energy blockages there. If we have an energy blockage in the heart, all the organs around the heart chakra, which is the heart, the physical heart, and the lungs are going to be affected. Okay, I told you before, for every physical organ, we have an energy and a consciousness organ, which are the blueprints of our physical organs. Now, this is a graph that you are not going to see it anywhere. It took me years to put this together. We saw these 19 astral elements or forces, the energies that comes into our body to feed our body. Now, what happened? This is the Medulla Oblongata, where all these energies entered to our body. What happened when an energy blockage, just by chance I put it, is developed in the energies that control or power the taste and smell? That's what happened with the spike protein. What happened with that? That affects the energy, and that will affect our physical organs. If we have an energy blockage on the locomotion, well, our legs are not going to move. That energy is affected. It doesn't flow as powerfully as it should, so we are going to have problems and maybe pain in our legs, and so on. If we have an energy blockage on the energy that controls the assimilation, we are going to be eating and we are not going to incorporate the nutrients. I thank you, Richie. Where are you from? I would love to know where are you from. Danny, Kelly, somebody says that he's from Texas. Okay, so I want you to ruminate and ponder about everything that I told you. And you will see that you are going to find in your life, why do I have this back pain? Why do I have this heart pain? Why I feel drained? I don't have energies. And we are going to see in the next few weeks how can we start healing ourselves. Okay, I think I am done. My presentation is longer. I put, when we have an energy blockage in the intelligence, guess what? People with autism, ADD, schizophrenia, bipolar, they have energy blockages in the brain. And that matches with the energy blockages in the mind and the intelligence. I have 2 clients last year that the mother brought the daughters were about 30, with medication for schizophrenia and bipolarity for 8 years and 6 years. One energy healing session, they didn't have the symptoms anymore. And they didn't come back because they were okay. I have a client that came with a heart attack. The doctor told him, I cannot let you go to your home because you can have a heart attack at any moment and you have a damage in your heart. And it's a client, a young guy, who has been my client and for a while. So he came and his electrocardiogram was a mess. So that means that the heart wasn't working well. So he came for 1 session. He went to the doctor the next day. The electrocardiogram was much better. 2nd session, everything was gone. And then he told me, yes, I have a lot of stress. I'm going through divorce. My papers for the citizenship because of my divorce are all gone. So I am a mess emotionally. Most of the heart attacks are because of the emotions. So we need to control our emotions, our mind. This is what we are going to do, group meditations every week. But the key is to meditate every day, to calm the heart, to calm our breath, and then our mind calms. The meditations that we are going to do, we are going to go beyond the mind, where we can get to a state of peace, deep peace, that all the problems of the world are not going to affect us. And this is the way that we are going to start producing changes, and you will see it. Dementia, yes, Kelly, dementia. Dementias are energy blockages in these 2 forces, the mind and the intelligence. When somebody has, or Alzheimer's, it's exactly the same thing. Elizabeth runs out of energy at 5 p.m. every day. Again, do you want me to do a scanning of any of you like Elizabeth? And I just tell you what I find? And then, just to show you how this works. So let me see. I think that's it. Okay. There are 9 ways. This is the main ways that we acquire energy blockages. And I'm going to go very fast and we are done for today. Again, there is a link below in the, let me see if I can find it somewhere else. Here we go. I'm going to put the link in the comments. There is a sign up page for whatever activity you want to. Okay, let me see. I'm going to do something else. I'm going to copy the link from here. Let me show you. No. Hold on a second. I am. Here we go. This is the sign up page. So you can sign up for the healing sessions. Everything is free. Weekly meditation, the Zoom mastermind, or any important information. Why this? We are doing our best to keep alive our page. But just in case, to be connected, if you are not interested on any of these activities, but you want to have important information, for example, all the news that we cannot put here, if there are a large number of people or a decent number of people that sign up, probably we are going to do a weekly email just with links so you can see the news, all these things. So I'm going to put this link on the chat. Where is it? Here we go. And you can go there and sign up, because I'm going to send an email whenever we have a meditation, the day before or that morning, and when we are going to have the global healing sessions. Well, my friends, I hope that you find any value on all this, and the reason I am doing this, because our page, this is something that probably you cannot see it. I will show you what happened. Our page, look at this. Our community grew from 0 in January 2021, look at this, to 17 million people today in the last 28 days. People are liking the page at a rate of 11,000 every 4 weeks. So I said, what can I do? What can I do to help people? To help people to, let's do this. So this is what we can do. To meditate together and to do the healing sessions. And when there is time, maybe we're going to do a mastermind once a week. No, I'm sorry, once a month, to see what can we do in our communities. The mastermind will be in Zoom, has to be in private. The only thing that I want to show you is this. When you go to the mastermind, I will ask you your Facebook profile or link, because we are going to check every one of you. We don't want spies. If I go to the profile and there is no picture, no activity, that's a spy or an F checker sent by you know what. So we are not going to use this list for anything else. All right, let's go back. So I invite you to sign up just for the activities. Let's have hope, because we have to change this. This is not going to be forever. I know that this situation will be for a long time. For a long time. I don't know how many years. But we need to strengthen our soul through meditation and through the group healing sessions. DJ, well, if you don't like it, DJ is fine. I have to do it for the people who understand this and the value. Bye, everybody. I will post our activities on the page, so you are free to participate. All right. DJ, 99% of the people in this page, we are all in the same page. Yes, there are people who don't agree, but it's okay. I accept everyone. When I have clients, I accept everyone. I'm not asking, did you have this, you have that? I'm not racist. All right, bye everybody. God bless us all. And if you have a question, you can contact us in this page. I didn't check the people in YouTube, but I'm going to do it now. Dominic, you are from California. Hola, I would love a scan. Dominic. If you're here, I can do the scanning right now. I just finished the Facebook page where most people were, but if you are here, I can do the scan right now. Just let me know. Norma Pinzon, she knows me for a while. Okay, Domini, I will wait. I know that takes like 15 seconds for us to communicate, or 30 seconds. So if you want to unscan, I can do it. I am just waiting for that. I don't see anybody. So I just going to wait a few more seconds. Yes, okay, wait for me. I'm going to get, I need a... Okay, what I used to do the scanning is that picture, and I use my pendulum. But I'm going to do it in a way that you can see it. Unfortunately, I'm not very well prepared here because I moved to this place. Let me see if I can put the second camera. Oh, okay, I think I will be able to do it. Just bear with me. What I'm going to do is to connect the second camera so you can see it. Let me see if I can do that. I don't have more USBs here. What do I need? Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see if the mouse works. Yes, perfect. Okay, I'm going to use the other camera. Let me see. I have one here. I'm going to add the second camera. Capture, device, video. Fantastic. Okay. I just need your name. So this is for you to see. Okay, that's okay. I need it like that. Your name is Dominique. All right. I have to do a little thing here to do the scanning. Just bear with me for a few seconds. All right. Dominique. Alright, Dominic. This is what I found. I found on the superficial level of energy blockages 4 of them. And I found only 1 toxic thought and 3 energy parasites. So the first question that I have for you is, do you have some pains that came out of nowhere, that there is not a physical explanation, like you didn't fall, you didn't hit, maybe on chronic headache or back pain? This is one question. The second, I found 5 energy cords with people. One of these persons is in spirit, means it's not alive. Or no, okay. 5 energy cords, 3 with relatives, 2 women and 1 man, which is normal to have energy cords with relatives, and 1 with a person that is not a relative, I believe is a man. So the question that I have for you, the second, is, do you have any relative that die and you miss? And yes on the pain. What about the relative? Do you have a relative that die and you miss? And then I found 5 of the deep energy blockages is what we call entities. And so the third question is, do you have anxiety? Do you have depression or one of those emotions, or lack of energy? Just let me know that. And then we call it the day. So the first yes, okay, yes. Okay, do you feel anxiety? Do you feel depression? Or, I don't know, yes, I have a relative. Okay, do you feel some kind of anxiety or depression of that die and I miss? Okay, was a man or a woman? I found that it's a man, but maybe okay. You see, I know those things just doing the scanning. You don't have that many energy blockages, but I suggest you to participate of this healing session. Anxiety, for example, yes. So, if you participate, and also Dominic, you can go to the videos where I do the group healing sessions. Lately, I've been doing it in Spanish, but go back, woman and, okay, the woman and, okay, sometimes I don't know exactly if it was a man or a woman. You can go to any of my videos in English, because you speak English, the healing sessions. I used to do it every week, but I stopped doing it in English a year ago. But now I will start again. So go and find the healing sessions in English. You skip all the talking that I do. I used to talk about the subject, and participate in the distant healing session. It's half an hour. You have anxiety for a test coming up. Okay, test about what? Is it studies or the test of the bug? And so, if you participate of the session, even of the videos that has been recorded prior, it will help you. In the sessions, I give all the instructions. Of course, you are welcome to participate. I didn't put the link here. If you want to sign up for any of the activities that we are going to do, the healing sessions, the meditations. So the test is about the bug, this PCR test or an study exam. License test. Okay. Of course, you have anxiety because I know that this is tough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have to go. If you want to be in contact with me, I will give you an email. If you want to have a healing session with me, you let me know. So you can email me to Carlos at let me see. Oh, terrible. Carlos. You can email me to that email if you want to contact me. All right, everybody. Good night.